It originally was going to start out as a video just about installing some cable extensions that Antec Modding Garage wanted me to look at. It's turned into kind of a bigger project, and so today's video isn't just showing you off some really nice sleeved extensions, but really an overhaul of the entire power delivery system inside of my build. Kind of something that I was going to do eventually anyway, but hand was kind of forced in recent months, well, recent weeks really, by another issue that was starting to crop up, and I'm hoping to kind of solve a couple of things right now. So that's what today's video is about. The focus is going to be on these. These are sleeved cable extensions from Antec. You can find these on Amazon. I will have a link in the description below to kind of show you how you can find them. They come with cable combs. As you can see, I have them already kind of set up. Now these are the three that I'm going to be using in the actual build for now until I get new custom sleeve cables from Cable Mod, which I will be doing. But I did want to look at these. Someone with Antec Modding Garage wanted me to take a look at these, so that's what we're doing here. I did get a little bit of a discount on these. Keep that in mind as you're watching this, but this is an overview, not a review, and it's not going to influence anything one way or another anyway. Now, quality is pretty good from my amateur status. They are very stiff though. These are not like the sleeved cables that I had inside with the previous power supply that were custom from Cable Mod. Those were a little looser. These are a lot more rigid. They're a little bit harder to get to work. So this is going to be interesting to see how I can finagle these into the system. But they should look better because of that. But again, we will find out. Now, it does come with basically the essentials that you need. It comes with the 24-pin motherboard connector. It comes with, which one is this? This one. 8-pin, which is a 4+4 EPS power CPU connector. It comes with 2 PCI Express 8-pin connectors, as well as 2 6-pin PCI Express connectors. So you have enough connections here for everything that you're trying to do with the graphics card. I did switch out the power supply. We are going from a Corsair RM850 power supply. It was a refurbish. We're staying with Corsair, but it's going to be the RM1000X. And the reason we are going ahead and doing this is because I wanted to do it in the first place. It was something that I wanted to do down the road. I wanted to kind of get a better power supply for future expansion, but I also started getting some E1 error codes when I was booting up the system from sleep. And this was kicking back, and when I looked it up, it was basically a boot script error. And research showed that this is usually the beginning signs of a power supply starting to fail. So it hasn't failed. It still works, and I'm still going to utilize it for some other things, but it definitely has its issues, and that is a bit of a concern going forward. Now, the other thing that this does is it kind of forces me to go and move forward with some things I wasn't going to do right away. So the power supply is 1,000 watts. It's a bit overkill, but again, if I decide to SLI in the future, or if I decide to go with a more power-hungry system, this is going to set me up pretty good. It comes with a 10-year warranty. It's a pretty solid build power supply. Corsair is known for quality. This thing, 80 gold plus rating, and has all the connections that you need. And again, custom sleeve cable. I'll probably go with the Cable Mod Pro. There's a kit on Amazon for about $100 that I can get, but that's going to be down the line. So these extensions are going to work really nice in the short term. I wanted to take a look at these extensions. Again, they come in a few different colors, some different color combinations. Again, I went with the black, blue, the silver, and white, and that is just, or gray and white, I guess you could call it, because it's about as neutral as it gets. They did have a black and white one, but went with that, with the blue one, with the ones with blue in them instead. And I'm hoping everything is fine. They should work. There were nothing but positive reviews on Amazon. Take that for what it's worth. But we're going to go ahead and do this, get this in. Okay, so I am back, and after a little bit of trouble, which I think was just me accidentally bumping one of the USB cables, they are in, and as you can see, they don't look bad. That 24 pin, let me zoom in on it a little bit, is a little problematic. It's really stiff, and the problem with that isn't really in the front, but as I'll show you in a second. The 8-pin PCI Express, though, is good. I think that one is working, will be just fine. But the real problem I'll show you in just a second now. It initially didn't boot, and I think it's because I bumped one of the USB cables, and it was having and it was error. It was a 9C error, which is USB error. It's fixed. Windows is up. I just don't have it loaded. And you'll notice there's no halos on that fan back there, and that is not an accident. That is going to be the next video I do. There will be a new halos ring up there eventually, but that's neither here nor there. The problem, though, as we swing back over here, is back here. This is where this case has, this is where this case has its flaws. And this is where the extensions are not in an ideal ideal, especially something this stiff. Now, again, they are good, solid extensions. This does not take away from the quality of the extensions, but they are more difficult to work with. In fact, I actually have to fix this Velcro strap. Actually came out of its loop. I have to fix that. But this strap does not want to stay. In fact, you see none of these wires are actually under that strap, and that is because of the 24-pin connector. It is just making it really difficult to tie that down. And I'm not going to worry about managing this too much. As you see, I've got an LED strip down here, one of the old ones. Because I'm going to be getting different cable. I'm going to get the Cable Mod Pro cables, and that will alleviate some of this. So all of this is going to get torn apart again at some point soon anyway. So it's not that big of a deal, but it is something worth noting, something that is a bit problematic. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get the back panel on right now anyway, which is fine because it doesn't need to go on because I have some other things I still need to fiddle with. All in all, though, they are good. They are solid. If you have a solid back panel and you don't have to worry too much about cable management, these are a great option. They will work very well. I didn't use the CPU ones because you can't see them anyway. There's no point in using them, but they are there if you have a system. Like maybe you have an air-cooled system and there's no radiators or anything in the way, or you have a front-mounted radiator. So they do have those. And again, the 24-pin and the 8-pin PCI Express are plugged in. The system is up and running. I'll play a game with it here in a little bit just to make sure everything's all good and fine and dandy. But I just wanted to kind of cut in and redo the ending because I did run into some minor issues, and this is an issue that anybody will run into if they have this kind of a case, the Phanteks Enthoo Evolv. You're just going to have to figure out a way to manage the cables because these extensions do make it more difficult. I'll still work with it a little bit more, but at this point in time, that's all I've got. Again, really solid. Antec Modding Garage. It is made, linked me to these and had me take a look at them. And they can be found on Amazon. Again, link in the description below. And they are from Antec. They are very solid. They're very good. Don't let my experience take away from the quality of the cables. They will work for most of you very well. I just have a very fussy case and a very fussy cable management system, and I'm just going to have to figure this out a little bit better here at some point. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one.